If your plans this weekend involve the couch and a bowl of popcorn, there's one more streaming service you can consider. Apple TV Plus launches today with a roster of several new original series. Here's a look at one of them. It's a dystopian drama called See.
Centuries from now, almost all humans have lost the ability to see. Some say sight was taken from them by God to heal the earth.
A little bit Game of Thrones, a little bit Children of Men. Apple TV Plus is joining a crowded field of subscription options already. There's Netflix, HBO, Amazon, and of course we have our own CBC service, CBC Gem. So what does the future look like for this new streaming service? The CBC's Zulekha Nathoo is on the story live from Los Angeles. So Zulekha, let's start with the content Apple Plus that they're coming out with. What are they offering on launch day?
Andrew, they are bringing star power and they're bringing a lot of money. So you just saw a short clip from the series See. That is really one of their big headliners, and it stars Aquaman's Jason Momoa. And a little piece of trivia for you, it was shot almost entirely in northern BC. So they spent months and months out in the wilderness shooting this series. And reports suggest that it cost about $15 million an episode to make. So that's talking about, a Game of Thrones type budget. They really didn't hold back. The other big series that they've been heavily promoting is The Morning Show. And that's because it stars Steve Carell, Reese Witherspoon, Jennifer Aniston, total A-list cast. The issue here is that these shows aren't necessarily delivering. And a lot of early reviews are saying the same thing, that they don't really have the punch that's needed to introduce this new streaming service. So it's kind of smart that Apple is offering this service free for a year to people who purchase an Apple device. And if you don't, or after that period of time, it'll be $5.99 a month. And so in a way, it gives Apple a chance to kind of find its footing over the next year, build up a subscription, subscribers who are watching for free to begin with, and kind of get feedback from people even to find out what they like and what they don't. But there is one upside here, and it is that Apple TV Plus is taking risks. They have the money to, they can afford to. And that can be very positive. You have the Me Too storyline that is part of the focus of The Morning Show. You have the focus around people who are blind in the series See. And one filmmaker we spoke with who's based in Los Angeles and is legally blind himself said that that means a lot.
It's really cool just personally for me to have a show like that does show, again, people who are blind in leadership, people who are sexy, people who are warriors. Accessibility and disability rep has always kind of been integrated in their culture, whether or not the world has paid attention to that. But they're really kind of putting in the forefront and at the launch of this new product.
And Zulekha, there's no doubt a lot of competition out there. What is Apple up against?
Yeah, you mentioned a couple of them. A lot of us have Netflix, Amazon Prime Video. There's Bell Media's Crave, which just made a deal to get some more HBO programming when HBO Max launches next year here in the US. You have CBC Gem, and you have what's launching later this month, and that will be a really big deal, Disney Plus. And that's because for $8.99 a month, you can get access to all of Disney's classics, as well as upcoming new TV series that kind of will already have a built-in audience because they're for Marvel fans and Star Wars fans. And so that will probably be the biggest deficiency for Apple because it's coming out with only a handful of its original content. It doesn't have a backlog to draw from. So it will have to figure out over the next year or so whether it's going to try to license more shows or if it's going to stay the way it is. But you know what? Apple did rise in stock to an all-time high today when Apple TV Plus launched.
All right, Zulekha, thank you. The CBC's Zulekha Nathoo in Los Angeles.